Everybody. I just instinctively went to look at where my camera used to be instead of where it is right now. We're gonna play more Final Fantasy 14 because I like this game, and it's a nice game to just turn my brain off and press buttons. And my wife Chloe is here.
Hello.
She's gonna be reading us some more Reddit posts, and we're gonna talk about it and have a pretty good time.
Hell yeah. All right.
In terms of lore, I haven't really done a whole lot. We saved the old Sylph lady, the old cabbage girl, and they're like, "Thank you for doing that. Here's this," and she gave us a crystal. And that's mostly it.
You want to go ahead and share this screen quick, just so that I...
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good. I just want to make sure I know what's going on the screen as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shake his little chocobo butt.
The chocobos are so cool.
They are.
It's cool to see how like different they are across games too.
What the fuck? Why can't I click on this? Out east. Oh, I have to... Wait, what the fuck? Stand/lookout east of Little Solace. Whatever. I'll figure it out. In the meantime, if we wanted to get cracking with,
Am I the asshole?
yeah, or you know what? Let's give it a minute,
Okay.
just in case. Warm
So
up with a little bit of gameplay.
I've got a good handful of Am I the Asshole posts. I also have some True Off My Chest for the end, so I have it set up so that by the time I get through the Am I the Asshole, we'll start on the True Off My Chest, and then yeah, we'll just see where things go from there if we have more time. Did you ever decide which group you were going to be going with?
Yeah, I went with the Immortal Flame.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That one, was that one the,
That was the one that was like knights and stuff.
Right.
Very like
Not
medieval. Right, yeah. Not the pirates and not the pixies.
Was the Pixies the one that you said was like associated with your class or whatever?
That was, yeah, that was the one from like my like hometown area.
Right. Right.
Am I missing something? What the fuck? To observe his tempered kindred in the Sylph homeland, hoping that your testimony might serve it. Take yourself to the location he has marked. Oh, I have to do a thing, huh? Do I have to like initiate it? No? What the fuck? Journal. Huh.
They love this like really odd, these like naming conventions of like how hard can we make this to pronounce upon just glancing at this name.
Yeah. That's kind of just how like most RPGs do it. Because there's just so many characters in RPGs that like nearly every character, like every name you could possibly think of in Japanese to like name these characters, they've probably done it.
I see.
So they're like, let's just get fucking weird with it. I don't understand what it's wanting from me here. There's a fucking shiny thing on the ground, so my instinct is like, okay, let's press it. But I can't press it. I feel like I'm dumb and I'm doing something wrong.
That just means that you're doing it right.
Stand.
It was the intended purpose.
I have to emote? Is there a stand emote? Like no chat? No.
What would your stand be if you were a JoJo's character?
What would my stand be? God, I have no idea.
We might have to watch more JoJo's to get that answer.
Yeah.
That might be cool at some point to like look at people's like DeviantArt stands.
That would probably be pretty funny.
Yeah. That'd be cool to get Matthew on for that one.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of his domain of knowledge.
I'm gonna just wait for a what do you call it? Oh! That's a cool mount.
Oh! Oh, man. Oh, look at him! He kind of reminds me of a Goron.
Something like that.
Why'd he just run away from you?
It was a player.
Oh, it was a player.
Yeah, that was a
Oh,
mount.
it was his mount. I see.
Yeah.
I thought you whipped it out and it just started running away from you.
No. No, that was somebody else's. I'm just waiting for a like a dungeon quest now. We can probably start on the first one.
This environment is really cool.
Yeah.
Very like dark and murky. Fucking wheel in the background gives like this really cool like looming vibe.
I think this person is also as confused about this quest as me. I'm just gonna say I don't get it either. Oh wait. The look. There's a look emote. Look. That didn't work. It worked for them. What the fuck? Let me do it. What the fuck? Oh, it's because I'm looking at her, maybe. Yeah, it was because I was looking at her. What the fuck? That was dumb.
I was ready to whip out Google and look up a guide.
They're tempered sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. Okay. I guess I do. Okay, that was it.
Immediately suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Damn. That's crazy. I'm gonna teleport.
Oh my god, that was a Parks and Rec reference.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I was like, that definitely sounds like Jenny Slate, but
It is.
I couldn't figure out, like...
Which Jenny Slate?
Well, I had a feeling that it might have been Parks and Rec, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to just, like, believe that it was, because it's Jenny Slate, but I couldn't see the picture in my mind, but it was when they were at the cemetery.
Yeah, it was when they faked John Ralphio's fucking death.
Yeah. God, I love that show.
Don't be suspicious. That show is flawless.
That show is quotable as fuck.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm sorry for how I acted. Tom Haverford is my spirit animal, 100%.
Yeah, that's crazy. I finished a whole main story quest in the time I've been waiting for this this dungeon.
I feel like it didn't take you as long as it did to figure out how to even fucking start the quest.
Yeah. Well, the problem is I'm playing a DPS character, and DPS is like the most played like class style in this game. You're either a DPS, you're a healer, or you're a tank. And DPS, I think, in the vast majority of people's opinion, is just like the most fun. I'm dancing on the table.
Dancing on the table. Dancing on the table.
Now jump. I was looking online for like outfits you can buy to wear in this game with like real money. And I saw no Kingdom Hearts representation.
Wow.
I know.
That's unfortunate for you specifically.
Yeah. Fuck them for not catering to my every whim.
They should know better by now.
Yeah. Get with the fucking program, Square. People like Disney.
Bunch of squares. 3D waifus are for squares.
Itinerant Moogle? Oh my god, they're so fat.
Chonk.
They're so cute.
A tiny little nose.
Did you want to get started on that first one?
Yeah, I can do that. Let me just
Oh my
get
god,
to
it's
my
Lil
app.
Nas X. I'm a big fan.
Lil Nas X? Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Flame Lord. Frit Dominant. I like looking at people's outfits. You're literally just a fucking schoolgirl. Finally.
Okay, am I the asshole?
Yes.
Started on a pretty lighthearted one. Am I the asshole for leaving in the middle of a date? Pretty tame.
Yeah.
I, 33 male, went on a date last night with a gal I had briefly been talking to. She was late for the date, which is fine, shit happens. I asked her if everything was okay, and she replied that she had just quote-unquote finished up filming, and that's why she was late. I asked her what sort of filming because I love films. She gave me this obnoxious giggle and told me to subscribe to her OnlyFans if I wanted to see. I was a bit I was a bit appalled. She went on to tell me how it was an MMF video, male, male, female, and then proceeded to start asking my monthly income. I excused myself to the bathroom, paid the tab for what was ordered, then told them anything else she ordered is on her dime. Then I left. She messaged me later freaking out about me leaving and about how she really likes me. I just blocked her number. I don't feel a need to explain myself. It was a first date. I'm not into that, and she can obviously get someone else. Am I the asshole?
I mean, like, no. I mean, like, people can have their preferences. That was probably a pretty fucking, like, rude way to go about that.
It's a very strong opening, for sure.
Yeah, but, like, yeah, maybe that's... Is that something you would even want to say on a first date? Like, is that... These fucking dudes are just running through this dungeon and they're gonna get fucking killed. I'm sorry. There's just a fucking... a giant swarm of mobs just chasing this fucking team of people that is just mashing their way through this. Look at this. This is insane. We're all gonna die. I'm fucking level synced to level 20. Like, what the hell?
You're at their mercy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's their quest. I just joined it, so whatever. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a first date, so, like, people have shitty first dates, you know? It's
Yeah.
It's okay if, like, the experience wasn't the best or you wish you did things somewhat differently. Like, you know, if you think it was rude, just try not to be as rude the next time.
I mean, it's kind of weird, and I can't pretend to have a lot of experience with dating. So, but it's like, that is a very... I mean, on one hand, you want to make your personality known right off the bat. Like, cool, fine, love that.
Yeah.
And it's at best, it's honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's good to be transparent. And something like that, I feel like it's not a bad idea to mention it on the first date, because you want to make sure that when you're dating someone, they're cool with that. And if they're not, you don't want to fucking waste your time.
Right.
And like something like that, I'd rather know ahead of time.
Yeah, or at least, like, soon.
But what she basically said was, oh, sorry I'm late to the date. I was fucking these 2 other guys.
Yeah.
On camera.
Yeah.
That's not a great first impression.
No. I mean, for us, maybe it is for, like, someone.
It almost feels more like TMI, you know?
Yeah, it might not be, like, first date appropriate information.
Yeah, she could have had that conversation in a different way, at least. It was a little rude the way she went about it, because, you know, I mean, some people are going to have different preferences on that, and that's something that you have to be aware of, regardless of how you feel about what other people should think about your job,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, you can't, like, you know, like, look, sex work is, you know, it's
Valid.
we're coming into an age where, well, yeah, it's always been valid, but it's also, like, you know, a very, like, real thing that, like, can, you know, net people good fucking money. So, you know, it's not the most uncommon thing, but at the same time, you can't just, like, jump into, like, a first date like that and expect it to go well when that's how you choose to, like, go about delivering the information, you know?
Exactly.
Greed. God, what are these guys doing? Oh, well, they cleaned up. Yeah, I would probably say not the asshole.
Yeah. Like, what else can you really do? I mean, I don't think that what he did was any more rude, necessarily.
Sure,
I mean,
but, like,
that was him establishing a boundary. Like, you know what? This isn't right. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I feel like sometimes ghosting is, like, an appropriate way to set up a boundary with some people.
don't know. I don't know that this was necessarily even ghosting. I don't know that I would.
No.
But the message was made quite clear.
Yeah.
It's not like he was leading her on or anything.
Right.
Maybe it was a bit dickish, but again, what are you gonna do?
Sometimes, like, there's nefarious intent for shit like that, though, where it's I guess, like, semi-warranted, you know? Like, definitely, like, respect people, right? But, like, I don't know, like, if you don't, like, know this person and they're, like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he was just setting up a boundary is really what it was, like...
And she already kind of came in swinging to begin with. Like, she was very forward about that.
Which is good. You know, you should be.
Yeah, but I think
that's not something you should keep to yourself until, like, you know, 8 months into a fucking relationship.
But the way that she went about it, I think, was where it was like she didn't care about that boundary so much, or she wasn't
fucking
really
dumb. What are you doing? Oh my god! Sorry.
No, you're good.
Fucking tank doesn't realize that he's literally kiting everyone. Okay. Yeah, no, let's fight him in the really, like, closed-in corner where it's fucking really hard to see everything and click on things. Jesus, guys. Jesus.
Are those like the enemies saying that?
What?
The, like, things that popped up on screen?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like enemy dialogue.
I have to keep, like, reminding myself that this is an MMO and not just like
real
Dark
life.
Souls shit. Yeah, no. But because stuff like that for an MMO makes sense, but for some reason it's just not registering. I think it's just because it looks so good, and I grew up playing really shitty MMOs.
That's fair.
Or rudimentary, I suppose I should say.
Less graphically intensive.
Yeah, less up to some level of par with modern technology. Is it okay if I go ahead and read another?
Sure.
Cool. Alright, this one's fun. Or I should say interesting. Am I the asshole for not telling my ex-wife that my fiance is pregnant?
Okay.
My ex-wife, Carly, 39 female, and I, 40 male, got divorced 10 years ago. We had been married for 4 years, together for a total of 9 years. About 2 years into our marriage, we started trying for a baby, but no luck. We went to fertility doctors after the first year of trying, and the doctor said there isn't anything wrong with either of us. We continued trying, but still no luck. Around the 1.5 year mark of trying, a coworker of Carly's got into contact with me to tell me he had been sleeping with her and didn't know she was married. I confronted her about it, and she didn't deny it. She said the pressure of trying to conceive was making her depressed, and the coworker was a welcomed distraction. Yeah.
Terrible person.
She said the affair was about 5 months. I thought about staying with her and giving it another chance, but I really couldn't even stand looking at her. Being near her made me sick, and I didn't want to be with someone who turns to someone else when they're having a hard time. So we got a divorce. Good on you, honestly.
Yeah, that's the right decision in that circumstance.
I took a job in another city and moved. I met my now fiance, Mary, 3 years ago. I proposed to her a year ago, and we found out we're expecting 5 months ago. I don't use social media much, but Mary does quite a bit. She posted photos of her bump and the sonogram on her Instagram and Facebook. Carly either heard it from someone in my hometown or saw Mary's posts, but she called me. She called with a number I didn't have saved, though I didn't know it was her, and picked up. She started off nice and was just asking how I was. She then asked why I didn't just call her and tell her myself so she wouldn't have to find out from someone else. I asked her why it's any of her business, and it started a bit of an argument. She hung up after a while. Our mutual friend said I should have told her because it was very hard on her that we weren't able to conceive when we tried it, and it can't be easy for her watching me have a baby with someone else. If I'm being honest, I don't see why I had to reach out to tell her that. We got divorced a decade ago. We don't live in the same city, so it's not like she'll have to bump into Mary and I. We're not friends. Our marriage ended very badly. Am I missing something here? Am I the asshole?
I'm gonna say not the asshole. I don't think that if they've been divorced 10 years, they're not on good speaking terms.
Yeah.
And she was gonna get upset at the news regardless. So why would he like step out of his way to like deliver this news to her? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, that,
I feel like I would almost be more mad if like
if you straight
something
up
like that
reached
happened
out to me just to tell me that, like, I'd be like, cool,
No.
thanks.
Yeah, yeah. It's like why do you pity me so much that you feel the need to tell me?
Right.
You're really just rubbing your fucking new life in my face. Like
Exactly.
why even bother? I mean that's me personally. That's how I would feel. But I mean, I don't know. Clearly, I mean, she justified her actions with this was really hard for me to cope with not being able to have a kid, even though there's seemingly nothing wrong. So it makes sense that she's very sensitive about it. I don't think that that's necessarily a problem, but I think that she's displacing that onto him.
Yeah.
Like,
no, 100%.
I mean, life sucks, dude. Like, people just get hurt, and sometimes it's not anybody's fault. It's just okay to acknowledge that you just feel pain in a situation, and it's just because you're hurting and not because someone is actively trying to hurt you or it was anyone's fault to begin with, you know? Just it happens. Oh, sorry, gotta jump back on Discord. Oh, it's Biggs and Wedge.
Yeah.
Wow. Biggs, obvious where his name came from. It's those big ass sunglasses.
Do you remember Biggs and Wedge from Final Fantasy VII?
Oh no.
Biggs was the one in Final Fantasy VII Remake who was voiced by Badger from Breaking Bad. Remember?
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Almost voiced by Joshua Tomar, I believe.
Who is?
Biggs in the Final Fantasy VII Remake. He was almost voiced by Tomar.
Oh, I see. That's cool.
Yeah.
Do we know what happened that didn't work out?
I mean, they both auditioned for the role. And they just picked one and they didn't pick the other.
Oh, fair. And it is again, Badger.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I was mixing up with Weasel. Now I think I kind of vaguely remember who you're talking about. I was thinking of Weasel from Deadpool.
Oh.
I
TJ
mixed them
Miller.
up frequently, yeah. But no, you're talking about the guy who like had the coffees in Community, right?
Yes.
I can't think of anything else that I've seen him in right now, so. But yeah. Not Skinny Pete.
Not Skinny Pete. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this one. I have another Am I the Asshole? This one's a little shorter.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for being hurt that my wife is on Tinder to quote unquote find friends?
Oh boy. I
knew this one was
greatly
gonna be fun for you.
okay, before we start this, I greatly dislike that there are people that like actually do that. Like, there's plenty of social media platforms for you to meet people in a space where they don't want to meet you first because of the potential opportunity to fuck you. Because that's what you're going to be looking for. There's plenty of other social media platforms where that can happen. Like, join a Discord of something that you're fucking interested in. Like, if that's how you want to make friends, there's healthy ways to make friends like that are not fucking Tinder. Fuck, for the most part, like, starting a relationship on Tinder is even a difficult place. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Tinder is an option for relationships, like romantic relationships. I don't know. There is that already off to a rough start with this.
I just like to imagine like someone being like horny as fuck, swiping through people on Tinder and getting this person that's just like, "Hi, I'm not actually interested. I just like really want to make friends."
Right. It's like,
like I'm fucking
friends
annoyed.
with benefits.
Left. Okay. A few days ago, I woke up to an email with a receipt for Tinder Gold under my wife's Apple ID. I asked my wife if I could see her phone just to confirm it was actually on there, and when I saw it was, I asked why. Her best friend recently got out of a relationship, and she said she'd signed up to help her make an account. Once she started talking to people, she wound up in good conversations. She said she thought it could be a good way to make friends. I told her I was really uncomfortable with her being on there since it was primarily a dating and hookup app. She said that she told people she was married and just looking for friends. She offered for me to look at her conversations, so I peeked at a couple, and they were flirty but still relatively tame. I didn't see her mention anything about being married. She is upset that I don't trust her, but a couple of years ago, she went through a period where she was really close to cheating. She swears she's a different person now and she'd never do anything to jeopardize our marriage. Ultimately, she said she refuses to apologize because she isn't doing anything wrong and that I just need to deal with my insecurities about it and trust her. Am I the asshole?
Okay. First of all, are they married?
Wife, yes.
Okay. You're in a contractual committed relationship with this person. Mm-hmm. That thrives on compromise, right? Mm-hmm. I do not think that's like an out of line thing if it's been like stated before and it's understood that the both of you are like committed to this monogamous relationship. That is not a weird fucking insecurity. You know what I mean? Like you can't come to me and be like, hey, I'm, you know, let's go hang out at the club with some friends, you know, and it's like, like you wear like this one piece V like fucking bikini or some shit, and be like, oh, you're just being insecure, and it's like. I don't know, when you're in a public space like that with people, like there's like I don't know, there's unspoken, like, what's the word, normalcy in these sort of situations. I'm not saying like that's an impossible thing to do and a relationship can't work, you know, if they both are totally okay with that. I think it totally can. Like, however, you have to go about treating your own personal boundaries appropriately. And that's exactly what he did. Like, he came to her and like told her, like, look, I'm not cool with this. You know, like there are other options for you. And, you know, maybe this isn't the healthiest one because it's going to attract a very specific type of person. Now, if the issue is that the wife is the type of person that needs this kind of attention, that's a different fucking conversation that has to happen between these two, right? Like, if there's any sort of like like infidelity or like anything that's happening here, there needs to just talk about it, right? Like if you're like, oh, you don't flirt with me enough, like be open and honest with them, and like, you know, you can try to work towards doing that better. Or if the issue is just that like you just want more friends, there's plenty of other places. There's plenty of things where you can do that in a setting where, like, again, like you're not going to attract people immediately to you by them wanting to potentially fuck you, right?
Yeah.
Like, and again, not everyone on Tinder is like that, but you're going to invite that, and you need to be aware that you're going to invite
You're
that.
putting yourself in a position where that temptation may be there, regardless of whether that's your intention or not.
Right.
Because there are definitely people in this world that are going to, you know, take advantage of that or see that as like a challenge even. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is somebody who doesn't want to let me fuck them, but too bad for them. I'm DTF.
Right.
So, I mean, they're going to do anything in their power. I feel it's just gullible to go into it not expecting that to be a possibility. Right. And what concerns me about this is how she's kind of doubling down on it. You know, I mean, one thing for her to be like, you know, I don't have anything to apologize for because I haven't done anything wrong, but she's also not compromising, and that's the issue there, is that
she's not even willing to like give him the thought of like, hey, you know, maybe you're right. Maybe I can give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this is something I should like work on.
Yeah, and well, see, this is something that why is this necessary for her? Why does she have to make friends on Tinder? Sure, It's a good way to do it, but how many other good ways to do it are there? How many other options are there?
Exactly.
You know?
And if you can't articulate the reasons that you don't want to make friends on those other places or through those other outlets, whether it be like a community that's invested in the same hobbies as you, or like work friends or whatever, like if you cannot give a reason as to why you prefer Tinder over this other stuff, you're being manipulative as shit, and you need to just have a fucking conversation with your husband.
and how hard is it to concede and to just be like, you know what? I understand where this concern is coming from, because right now in this situation, as much as she wants to believe that it is, can't you trust me, or do you not trust me, or whatever, that's not a defense.
No.
By itself, that means nothing.
Right.
That's just you.
You're like, trust me, bro. It's not a big deal. It's fine.
That is a manipulation. It is.
Yeah.
Like, you're not sitting there citing the evidence, like, okay, well, this, and this. He has reason for his concern. Clearly, they almost had an issue with infidelity at some point in their relationship. That is cause for concern. That is cause for distrust.
Or like in the past, you know, like.
Yeah, and it's not that it's like I'm holding that over your head, but it's like.
And like, if this dude's been cheated on before.
I'm worried if this has happened in the past, and you're on a dating app that is not designed for making friends. Of course I'm concerned.
Now let's like, if this was switched, right? Do you think the girl would ever in any fucking universe be okay with something like that?
Yeah.
Like, fuck no, they wouldn't. Like, are you kidding me? Like the problem is like everyone loves to like to be on like the right side of history or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. The issue is like no one really thinks about these same sort of circumstances for men, you know? Like, if maybe this dude's been cheated on before, and if that's the fucking case and you know that, you are an absolute fucking bitch for calling this an insecurity, because like you just wouldn't do that. Like, if we were together, right, and I was doing this and you had been cheated on once or maybe several times in the past, and you brought this to my attention, and I came to you and was like, you need to just get over yourself and put some faith in me.
Yeah.
That's not cool. That's not okay. That's fucked up. Like,
of course. And why should I?
right.
If you're not willing to concede, why should I believe that I can trust you with this?
Exactly. Like, if you're not willing to like have this conversation with me, even, I'm sorry, just saying trust me makes me trust you less. Like, it just does.
For real. But it's because you're using that instead of actual justification.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but the thing is that, like, well, I'm just doing this to meet friends. That's not really a justification. That needs more than just that, you know? That sounds like a very clever, convenient excuse.
Exactly, yeah.
And if that's your only reason, like, well, I'm sure you have friends. And like I said, there's plenty of other options. You don't need to have Tinder to do this. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal for you to...
How old were they?
I do want to point out, sorry, hold on. It doesn't say.
Okay.
But someone in the comments did point out that it was Tinder Gold, which is the paid version.
Yeah. No, that's a red flag.
Red flag, absolutely.
My wife is paying for a fucking Tinder subscription? Nah.
To find friends.
Nope. Sorry. No, that's a big man. Why don't fucking couples communicate with each other? What are they scared of?
Being caught, being judged, being vulnerable, things that their parents didn't teach them.
Yeah.
But shit's hard work. Some people just aren't built for it.
I guess, yeah. Even though naturally we're like designed to be this way. That's how the species continues.
For being the apex predators and having the incredible amount of intelligence and, you know, documented research that we have, humans are really fucking stupid. We're just animals after
Humans
all.
are really fucking petty.
Yes, they are.
like, damn. You woke up and decided to be this much of an asshole. This was a conscious decision of yours.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Couldn't be me.
This has clearly touched a nerve for her, though, for him to be insecure about it.
Right. Yeah, like, I don't like that. Was that kind of the verdict on that post? Was not the asshole?
The top comment says the audacity to get Tinder Gold, not just Tinder, but the paid version. There are people saying it's a red flag.
Cool.
Bumble has a friend service and that's free.
There you go. Wow, that's crazy. That's wild.
Someone else said that Tinder has like the option so that, oh, here it is. It gives you the option to only show your profile to people you swipe right on. So people she knows won't see her on there and tell her husband that she's absolutely cheating on him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. It stinks.
To high heaven.
That's a woo-wee.
Yeah. The reason I thought you might like this one is because just upon reading the like title, I could like see myself like 4 years ago having done this just completely unironically and you being like, babe, like, don't go on Tinder. I just thought it was just something so dumb that I could see myself doing it.
Yeah, but you would do it like without the like. You wouldn't be aware of it. You wouldn't be aware that you did it. You would just do it and be like, but they're really nice to me.
I'm fucking clueless, dude. You're like, they want pussy.
But that's the thing, is you wouldn't be like, that sounds like you have an insecurity. That sounds like you need to work on you. Fucking audacity.
I would feel so silly.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh no.
What have I done? Oh boy. Okay, so we read that one. We read that one. That one. This one's not loading. Let's reload it. Okay. This one is the multi-parter that I found earlier that I told you about earlier. Cool. So strap in!
All right. I got a new ability. Arm's length creates a barrier nullifying most knockback and draw-in effects. Wow. That's
Big
pretty
strong.
good.
Okay. Am I the asshole? Husband accused me of quote-unquote financial infidelity.
Oh, I think I've read this one.
Do you want me to continue?
Yeah. No, continue.
Husband, 33 male, and 33 female is all it says, but I'm assuming they're talking about themselves.
Yeah.
Have been married for 10 years, together since college. Since starting out, we have made financial security a priority and have been able to achieve that, albeit with some good luck along the way. We both have good jobs, paying close to $200K each, which...
That's pretty good.
Ah!
That's pretty good money.
Student loans were paid off within a few years. Both went to state schools with some scholarships, so didn't have a lot of debt to begin with. We live in a house I inherited from my grandmother, no mortgage.
Damn.
And don't have any credit card debt. We maxed out our 401ks and currently have 18 months of expenses in our emergency funds and are still adding to it.
Damn.
Our cars are both paid off and should be good for another 5+ years, and we don't have any credit card debt, which they already said. Cool. We manage our finances in a hybrid manner. Joint accounts for bills and savings and separate accounts for fun money.
Okay.
We get a pretty generous monthly allotment. The fun money is strictly for our individual expenses, like hobbies, clothes, outings with friends, etc., and not for things like date nights, vacation, or larger joint purchases like household appliances and repairs, which come out of our joint account.
Smart.
We also agreed that if either of us gets any bonuses or has any side hustle income, those will go into our individual fun money accounts, unless the funds are needed for a larger expense, such as a major home repair.
Okay.
This sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds pretty well put together.
In terms of the fun money, my husband is much more of a spender than I am due to expensive hobbies, in particular golf and collecting sports memorabilia, and he's also more into designer clothes, which is fine. It's just fun money.
Sure.
On the other hand, my hobbies are a lot less expensive, like running, working out, reading, baking. In general, I'm more introverted, and a great time for me is tea with a friend at one of our homes with homemade pastries. I have also been getting back into gaming lately after setting it aside for much of the past decade while building my career. After realizing I had more than enough in my fun money account, I decided to overhaul my gaming setup and got myself a new PC, desk, and gaming chair.
Hell yeah.
Total cost of about $5,000.
Sounds about right. It's pretty good.
However, upon hearing about the purchase, my husband is furious. He says I had no idea I had saved so much money and that I should have consulted him before spending $5K. I asked what difference it made if it was my own accrued fun money and not our joint funds, and he insisted that my accumulating this amount without telling him was a form of financial infidelity. He says he lost trust in me and doesn't know what else I might be hiding. He's demanding that I return the items I purchased and deposit most of the funds into our joint account. He wants to make a new rule that fun money accounts can't accumulate more than $2K and that any excess goes back into the joint account. A rule that would obviously favor him as a person who spends most of his allotment each month instead of saving up for anything bigger. I feel like I'm being punished for being more of a day-to-day saver than spender. It wouldn't occur to me to demand to know how much my husband has in his fun money account or to try to micromanage what he spends it on. I wasn't hiding anything deliberately. He never asked about it until after I made the purchases. Still, maybe I should have been more transparent about my plans. So, am I the asshole? Miscellaneous info. Husband
Okay.
and I each have our own office/hobby room in the house, so it's not like the gaming setup was going to be in a space he uses.
Okay.
I don't usually game when my husband is home unless he's already busy doing something else. My biggest block of gaming time is typically when he's off playing golf. Also, I run 40 to 50 miles a week, so it's not like I'm generally sedentary. I can't think of a good reason why he would object to me gaming or having a nice gaming setup in my own space in the house.
First of all, clearly there are bigger, more deep-rooted issues at play. But I feel the need to fucking say it again. Just fucking communicate. You know? Like, I get it, they both make a lot of money. But, like, I make good money. And even I, if I'm going to spend more than, like, 100 or a couple $100, will, like, ask you first. Like, do you think this would be okay? Like, I could get this for either myself or for the both of us.
Yeah, but we also don't both make 200K.
I know, but I feel like even if we did, even if we both made 200K, if I was gonna make a purchase of like 5K, that's a lot still. Like, regardless, I would probably still like talk with you about it first, or at least like tell you I was thinking about doing this, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just communication. But that being said, she's like already 100% not at all like in the wrong. It was her own like personal money that they've already set aside as their own money to spend on themselves. So like, you do whatever. Like, I mean, like, yeah, I don't see anything that's wrong with that. And I feel like this is a sign of like a bigger characteristic flaw of this person that I think maybe she hasn't like figured out yet or like come to terms with or acknowledged.
So, update. Husband accused me of financial infidelity. My first post about a week ago was here, so this is a week later. Here's the TLDR. Actually, we just read it, so I don't think we really need it right now.
No.
I'll read the end of it. I spent 5K on a new gaming rig and a really nice desk and chair. Husband blew a gasket and accused me of financial infidelity, even though I was operating within what I thought our agreed upon rules by spending my own allocated fund money on hobby stuff. Anyway, here's the update. My husband finally calmed down enough to have a conversation with me. This is really funny.
Oh,
As
boy.
many others who provided comments suggested, it wasn't really about the money, but a window
Yeah.
into larger issues in our relationship. It made me chuckle on the inside when you said that, because I didn't think that when I first read it, but apparently there were a lot of comments that
Well, like, they're fucking grown-ass adults that are like really well off. Like, clearly they've got their shit put together. Like, this is a sign of a far bigger problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Essentially, oh wait. Yes, okay. Essentially, my husband has been feeling increasingly unhappy.
Look at this
You're good.
mount.
Hold on. Oh, whoa.
That's fucking awesome.
That's pretty sick.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if it's my vibe, but it's pretty badass.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't rock it either, but it's neat looking.
Think he's compensating?
Wait, let me look at the character model.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, they're wearing the Tubi outfit.
Oh my god.
So you can
So
see the boob
you're
window.
automata?
Yeah. That's hilarious.
But can you see through the boob window?
You can see the back window too. Sorry,
Anyway.
I got a little distracted.
It's okay. Essentially, my husband has been feeling increasingly unhappy with me for a while for the following reasons. In general, he feels that he's a lot more committed to his career development than I am to mine. It's true that although we currently have about the same income, the ceiling for his field, finance, is a lot higher than the one for mine.
Okay, all right, pause it for a second. He's a fucking finance bro. Fuck this dude. Oh my god. Sorry. This now explains fucking everything, dude. Oh my god. Wow. He's a fucking finance bro. Are you kidding me?
Oh
Holy
man,
shit.
I love seeing you pick up on shit way earlier than I did. Because for me, this was a slow burn.
He's a fucking finance bro. That's so funny. Well, honestly, I have such a different perspective on it, like hearing it coming from you, because I just like, this is the first time that I'm hearing it. And it's weird how hearing somebody else say something as opposed to reading it yourself, like in quiet, you like things come more naturally because you're having a conversation about it while it's going on.
Yeah.
So things start to get put together really quickly. Also, you maxed out your 401ks, my guy. Fuck off. Like, who cares about what your ceiling is? What, you trying to be the next Jeff Bezos cuck? Shut the fuck up.
That's exactly what I was thinking this whole time. Was
Shut
like,
the fuck up.
You guys are so well off. Like, I don't understand why it bothers you so much that she's not committed to her career as much as you are when you guys have fucking 400k of income between you.
It's 100% because he's a finance bro. No other fucking, like, no other male that makes over that much money would fucking have that sort of a reaction unless they were a part of the 1%.
You think he's starting to indoctrinate her?
Well, okay. Finance bros are weird, right? Because it's in a lot of ways a cult. You wrap in these young men with the concept of making a lot of money, B, a lot of money really fast, and C, continuing to make just as much, if not more money as the years go on.
Yeah.
And so the way that you do that, right, is you keep all of the things that are huge red flags of the industry as far away from them as possible. You know what I mean? When a cult leader is trying to take over a group of people, right, they strip them of all their securities and they give them these promises and they tell them that, like, you can only get to these if you're in this exclusive club and you, like, figure out the stuff that we figure out. The fact of the matter is, nearly every fucking finance bro will, like, file for bankruptcy at some point. Like, they just will. And the reason that they will is because the things that they're taught, the trends that they follow, the things they choose to invest in, and the way that they carry themselves after, like, doing what they think is a fulfilled fucking job is toxic as fuck. And, like, no human beings should have this attitude, fucking period. But, like, but because there's money to be made, and that's the big fucking hotness in this world. There's always going to be there's a plentiful fucking supply of these finance bro pieces of shit. And like, sure, her ceiling isn't that big. 200k is a good ceiling.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Like,
absolutely.
You will not have to struggle. Like, 200k a year for the rest of your fucking life, solid.
Yeah.
You're gonna live in security. You're gonna be able to save up and afford the things that you want.
Absolutely.
Your retirement is already fucking taken care of.
And you can pay for childcare.
Yeah. Have as many fucking kids as you want. Like, you're good. You're solid. Like, he's a piece of shit. He's an absolute piece of shit, and she needs to divorce his ass immediately. Like,
okay.
I couldn't imagine. Listen, though, I could not imagine like being married to someone making 200,000 and them claiming I have fucking financial infidelity because, like, I spend money on myself. Like, that is toxic as fuck.
And he spends this money on himself quite frequently, as it seems, because of his hobbies.
Right.
So, you know, it's not his fault, or it's not her fault that he doesn't have 5k saved for himself, specifically for himself, to blow, because everything else is taken care of.
Yep.
You know, it's not like she's having a track record of being financially irresponsible. everything is already taken care of on the finance side. They have a joint account. They both must know how much is in that account at any given point, and their savings are set. So why not blow 5K if it's just extra cash?
Exactly.
You know?
Yep. And
and it gets better. I really hate to cut you off,
okay.
but there's more to read, a lot more to read, and it everything will.
Okay. I did just want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
This dude is like up to his fucking earlobes in ego. Like I guarantee you, he does not like that his wife is making around the same amount of money as him.
Okay.
He doesn't like it. Go ahead.
Okay. So, in general, he feels that he's a lot more committed to his career development than I am to mine. It's true that although we currently have about the same income, the ceiling for his field is a lot higher than the one for mine. He's currently in an executive training program, and I'm decidedly not. He's feeling resentful that he's having to work long hours in a high-pressure environment while I get to work primarily at home doing something that is fun and fairly easy for me, and I'm not stretching myself to do more. He's concerned that over time these resentments are going to build and that I'm not going to end up pulling my weight financially if he takes huge leaps in his career and I don't. AKA he won't be able to justify his
spending. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He remarked that since getting back into gaming a few months ago, I have been putting a bit less effort into cooking. I do nearly all the cooking because I work at home and have an easier schedule. So this works for her. It's true that I have been fixing simpler meals, things like grilled chicken salads or chili with cornbread, instead of elaborate meals with fussier foods and several sides.
That's enough.
I know. I feel it in my soul. The woman in me is boiling. This is where the burn started picking up for me.
This is where the heartburn kicked in.
Yeah, from that chili beans. He's also noticed that I haven't been doing the elaborate table settings that I used to, with flowers on the table, fancy placemats, etc. Honestly, I didn't realize he noticed or cared about this, but apparently he does. Acts of service are one of his main love languages, so overall he's feeling a little bit neglected because of this.
Oh my god.
He also feels I'm not putting enough effort into my appearance.
Can you pause it for just a second?
Yes.
I know this dude 100%. Like I feel like I understand this guy to the fucking T. He is like, oh my god. Can you say the last part that you just said so I can like get back to the point that I was trying to make here?
Acts of service?
Yes. Okay. So this dude, 1000% his entire fucking life has had shit fucking opinions. He's on the fucking wrong side of history, and he's using his wife at every fucking opportunity to justify maintaining those. This whole acts of service is his love language thing was literally something she looked into to excuse his misogynistic behavior. Sorry, that's all. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's a great point. I mean, like we've already established, they're secure, they're fine.
Right.
But his goal in life is to make as much money as possible. To
shit goal, but whatever.
Be able to fucking enjoy whatever luxuries he wants, and he wants to continue that lifestyle. And if she's not along the ride with him, that does lower the ceiling for how rich he can fucking get. But
right.
that doesn't align with her goals. She's comfortable. Just I'll move on. I'll move on.
Okay.
He also feels I'm not putting enough effort into my appearance. Not in terms of weight or body. I'm a long distance runner and slim, but in terms of things like clothes, hair, etc. I just really want to fucking highlight how set up he is. Like, I mean, if she's fit and conventionally attractive already, why should her appearance be this much of an issue, right? It's true that I've never paid much attention to these things, given that I work at home and tech. The standard for appearances is extremely low, and I far exceed that. I tend to buy simple, practical clothes at places like Target and Walmart, don't wear much makeup, and keep my hair in a simple ponytail. I do glam up a lot more for date nights and other dressy occasions, but most days he comes home from work to find me in a t-shirt and yoga pants with no makeup, and he wants me to make more of an effort.
Just when
Bottom
you're
line-
in your home?
I know.
Just
I know.
when you're just chilling in your home?
This is the person you're spending your life with. It's not a fucking model that you
Jesus.
hired to sit around and look pretty.
Exactly.
It's a place where I deserve to feel comfortable and you deserve to feel comfortable.
And what's fucking despicable is the reason this dude thinks this is because he has work friends that is their life and they're actually living miserably. But what he's seeing is like, oh, well, his wife, whenever we go over to his house for like a business party. Exactly. Yeah. He's seeing their fucking their best of reels. And like, he's like, well, I need to be aiming for that because I'm making the money and I put in the hustle and blah, 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 blah. Fucking soulless piece of trash.
The bottom line is that because of all of these things, he's starting to notice other women. And this is where I got really mad.
God. Dump his ass. You deserve better. Dump his ass. Oh my God.
Says he hasn't cheated. He's just noticing other people because he's regularly disappointed in me.
Oh my God. What a fucking sociopath. What a fucking Christian Bale ass American psycho motherfucker.
This is still part 2, baby. We haven't even made it to part 3. Just like JoJo's, this is when we haven't even gotten to the good part yet.
Oh my God.
In particular, given that he works in finance, there are a good number of very career-oriented type A women who manage to have fantastic bodies, be effortlessly polished and glam, and have more interesting hobbies. He also says he feels horrible about all this because
more
he knows
interesting than video games. That's crazy.
Because he knows that I'm a good person and that he's being judgmental. That it's not so much I've changed as that his own goals and expectations have changed in the past couple of years.
That's
the financial.
Okay. Pause real quick. This is exactly what I was talking about. He is utilizing his wife's benefit of the doubt to fucking continue to be a shit person, but he's manipulating her to like keep her in that place while she's making 200K. Fucking whatever.
He's very good at it, and that's when it's scary.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. That's Finn Bros.
The financial infidelity part came into it because he feels I'm not really investing in myself and our relationship, thus cheating on our future, in a sense.
Oh my God, cheating on our future.
Your future is now, babe. You got it. You're fine.
You're doing it. You're killing it.
Stop and smell the roses. Enjoy your life, man.
No kidding. Like, play your fucking games on your brand new gaming PC.
The chase can end here. You're fine.
Yeah.
He also says he loves me enough to be honest, and I do believe he isn't trying to be hurtful. I really had to drag this all out of him. That he doesn't want us to drift apart further, that he doesn't want to be angry and resentful, and he knows he is asking for a lot. I know that many on this sub might say I should just tell him to take a hike and call my lawyer, but we've been married for 10 years, have invested a lot in the relationship, and I want to see if the marriage can be saved. So a couple things. First, we did make an appointment with a marriage counselor and start next week. Also, I'm going to try to do at least some of the above. I'm not sure about making myself be more professionally ambitious when I'm already happy with my work-life balance, and we're already very financially comfortable. But I can at least try doing the other things, like returning to spending more time on cooking and decor and fix myself up a bit when he's on the way home from work. Now that I know that they are important to him. I also know that in the end, I may feel like I'm just tiptoeing around and contorting myself to please him, but it won't cost me much, certainly much less than a divorce.
It won't cost you much in the short term.
To try for a month or two and then see how we both feel. And I know I would always regret it if I didn't try. So maybe not the update that you were expecting or hoping for, but that's where things are. And if you folks continue to be interested, I can further update once we have started marriage counseling and once I can feel out how the changes are going. Edit. I need to call it a night, but once again, thank you to everyone for your responses. They were really eye-opening and helped me to see that I do deserve better than the way I'm being treated, and that the expectations my husband is laying out for me are unfair and unrealistic, especially as he isn't doing anything at all to make it easier for me to meet them or show me how he appreciates my efforts and everything I do bring to the table.
Exactly.
I am indeed conditioned to be very people-pleasing, and that is impacting what I think is reasonable here. I have a lot to think about, such as what do I really want here? What is going to make me happy, especially if I have to keep making myself smaller, and metaphorically speaking, and contorting myself to please my husband. Do I really want to be in a marriage under those conditions? I think I'm really selling myself short if I just agree to most of his demands. Still going to do the marriage counseling appointment, but I think I will wait to make any other changes until we can at least get some professional input. To clarify never mind. She gives links to like what her outfits usually look like.
Okay.
They're very like kind of sporty casual.
Okay.
Very plain, but you know, form-fitting. Further update. Husband accused me of financial infidelity. Hi all.
Third part?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have an additional and probably not very surprising update to my saga. This is how I knew this was going to be good.
Yeah.
Because Reddit gave their input and she expected them to know what was up. I do want to insert this here where she did a TLDR of the second post, and it says husband told me he was actually upset that he feels I'm not professionally ambitious enough because I'm not on the executive track like he is, and that despite my working full time, he wanted me to cook fancier meals, set the table in a more elegant way, and dress up more for dinner. Yes, like a 1950s housewife. Oof.
I fucking called it.
So, the more I thought about it, the more his requests, demands really, were sitting poorly with me. I decided to try a little experiment over the weekend to see what would happen if I tried to meet some of his demands. Not because I actually thought they were reasonable, but because I increasingly had the sense that the goalposts would just keep moving, and that I was playing a losing game. So, Saturday morning, I went to the salon for a glow-up, haircut, fresh highlights, mani-pedi, and then went to the farmer's market to pick up fresh flowers for our table and assorted other gourmet ingredients. Saturday is usually our date night out, but I suggested we stay in so I could make us a special dinner, steakhouse style.
Ooh.
Lobster bits, bread basket with several types of rolls and savory muffins made from scratch, crab stuffed mushrooms, filet mignon, au gratin potatoes, white chocolate mousse topped with raspberries.
Damn!
I wore a lavender sheath dress, his favorite color on me, and high heels and fully done hair and makeup. For all that, I got a lukewarm "thanks, it was tasty" and a kiss on the cheek. Of course, I did all the serving and cleanup. Sunday, we usually go out, but he suggested I make us brunch at home. So I made French press coffee, mimosas with fresh squeezed orange juice, Belgian waffles with a banana foster topping. God, this is like making me want this wife.
Yeah, goddamn.
Eggs scrambled. Watch it. Eggs scrambled with Parmesan and fresh. No, I don't blame you. I'm sorry. Eggs scrambled with Parmesan and fresh herbs from our garden, roasted fingerling potatoes, and maple glazed bacon. I wore a blue sleeveless sundress, wedge sandals. Again, did my hair and makeup. Again, I got a "thanks, it's good," and no help with serving or cleanup. Afterwards, I asked if this is what he had in mind when he critiqued me before. He said that it was a start, but I was, quote-unquote, acting very entitled for wanting credit for basic adulting.
Dude! Oh my god. I couldn't have imagined him becoming more unlikable to me. I'm gonna pass out.
Alexa, played Goodbye Earl by Gypsy Chicks.
Sayonara, motherfucker. Oh, divorce his ass. Divorce his ass. You had your chance, motherfucker, and you squandered it. You literally had it all, and it wasn't enough.
He then dropped the bomb that he was being so hard on me because he had realized lately I had a lot to make up for due to my being a quote-unquote low-value woman.
Oh my lord.
I asked what on earth he meant by that, and he said it was because I wasn't a virgin when we met.
Oh,
what?
This motherfucker's been harboring this shit for years, and it's hilarious. Legitimately, like, this motherfucker, if she were to get pregnant and they didn't want the baby, he would, like, force her to keep it, and then she would go under like some very serious circumstances where they're like, you need to have an abortion or you will die, and he will be like, we can't kill my baby.
Yeah.
Fucking psychopath. Psychopath. Oh my god.
Keep in mind, we started dating at 21. Neither of us claimed to be virgins or stated that as an expectation. Except for very religious people, neither of us is. I don't think most 21-year-old college students are virgins. I was upfront with him then that I'd had 2 previous partners. My high school boyfriend, we went our separate ways when we went to different colleges and in different parts of the country. And another boyfriend I'd had my first year of college, and that's it. Both committed relationships and nothing casual. He then went on to say that because of my low value, I was going to need to be making it up to him for the rest of my life. That I didn't deserve monogamy or equal treatment, and that I was lucky that anyone at all wanted to marry me. And that he's connected with someone from work. So if I wanted to keep him, I better step up.
This is fake. This has to be fake. There's no way. I refuse to believe that, like, a person of this dog shit caliber exists. This has to be, like, fake. I hope to God.
Know. Well, you know, there's a lot of cases of, like, abuse, psychological or physical, where they don't start until after they've really started their life, after they've been married or after they have kids, it starts happening.
This is too much, though. Like, my guy does not realize, like, how fucking blessed he is to be in the position that he's in. God.
I told him it didn't sound like there was anything to keep if he no longer loved me or even liked or respected me. Told him to leave, and he said he would gladly go to his girlfriend's place. I know so many people here insisted he was having an affair, and I just didn't want to see it, that his quote-unquote complaints were really all a part of a campaign to distance himself from me.
Yeah.
I feel so foolish for just thinking he was going through a stressful time at work, or that he genuinely wanted to work on our marriage. Anyway, I've taken the week off from work to get my head together, have an appointment with a lawyer tomorrow, canceled the marriage counseling appointment, but got a referral to an individual therapist who can do an intake session with me later in the week.
Smart.
He and the girlfriend, apparently, are coming up this evening to get more of his clothes and things, so I have to brace myself for that. Also, please be assured that I do not think I am low value in any way. I let my husband make me think less of myself on some levels for a short time, but now I see it was truly a him problem. Obviously, we don't share the same goals and values, and he has become someone I don't recognize. I know the divorce won't be fun or easy, but I will be okay. Thank you all for helping me see that I was being played before I wasted too much time in a marriage that was already over.
Yep. Good for you. 10 years, that is rough, but you know what? It's better than 30 years. It's better than your entire fucking life. Wow. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's why he was an absolute piece of human dog shit. He was literally just trying to, like, find a way out because he was cheating on her.
But he already had a back door by the time this fucking conversation ever happened.
Right, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, he needed to get out. Because he was like, yeah, I'm just not in love with you anymore. And that was his problem. Like,
but he was going to continue to benefit from every fucking benefit that she had to offer.
Yeah. I'm sure he, like, didn't even feel the way that he said a lot of the time. I have a feeling that, like, he just made some of that shit up to try to get them to just go through with a divorce.
Yeah.
God, I hate that.
But because he didn't, you know, it didn't work, he ended up just being like, okay, well, I do have a girlfriend, by the way, so bye, bitch.
Right. Exactly.
Because he, like, promised in the first part that he had not cheated or anything.
Homie was projecting the whole time. That's crazy. I was gonna say one more thing. God, I don't remember. It left my soul.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyways, yeah, it was. Oh, That sucks. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Not gonna name any specific people, but I definitely was in a relationship that kind of ended like that. Not in like, not in the terms of like, you know, she had another boyfriend lined up or anything. I don't know. Maybe that was the case. I didn't stick around to see that part. But being with somebody that like doesn't know how to like have a difficult conversation, that's exactly why he did the things that he did. It was just easier for him to avoid the blame or avoid having to like have this like difficult conversation. It was more easy for him to just manipulate the situation and like force things to end by just continually being a piece of shit person.
Yeah, it's basically like how instead of firing you, jobs will just give you less shifts or like slowly just stop.
Right. Stop giving you shifts until you quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Or like just kind of not give you any like other opportunities, or just like basically put a brick on your head, keep you down where you are.
Right. Yeah, I was in a breakup that was like that. I mean, granted, like, we were young, but it sure taught me some lessons. Particularly about, like, you know, the weight of value that I put on communication. And, like, being able to have a difficult conversation is very big and very important.
I do want to mention the top comment because it says, I know this is going to be rough, but I'm not going to say I'm sorry you're dealing with this because I'm on the other side of almost the exact same thing, and I promise you life after getting rid of this man is going to be amazing. You're going to realize how much of your effort this leech was stealing from you, and it's going to feel like this weight's been lifted. The only regret you will have is that you didn't do it earlier.
Yep.
She responded in, yeah, although it's been a rude shock, I'm actually glad things came to a head so quickly instead of getting dragged out. I'm glad he fessed up, in a sense anyway, before we actually started investing in marriage counseling. It's only been a couple of days since the big revelation and his departure, but I've already realized how soul-sucking the marriage had become and how much better off I am.
I mean, like, look at all the work that she had to put in for somebody else, and now that she like doesn't have to do that, she can do that for herself. And that's fucking awesome. Like, good for her.
Yeah. I have
crazy.
2 more Am I the Assholes before we get to the True Off My Chest. And they're both relatively short and a little bit less crazy.
Okay.
This next one is, am I the asshole for not wanting to play a game my girlfriend created? My 27-year-old GF, my 27 GF 24 had been working on a visual novel game as a side project for almost 2 years and recently finished it. She wanted me to play it, but I initially declined since I'm not into visual novels or reading long stories, but after she begged, I gave it a try and played for a good 15 minutes. Now I can tell she can put in a lot of effort in the writing and the art, and it was so good. It was a good start, but I just got tired of reading and stopped. She asked what I thought and really wanted me to eventually finish it and tell her what I thought about the choices and the endings, but I told her I had no plans to. She looked shocked, and I asked if it was boring. I told her no, it's just that I'm not into this type of genre, and she knows I'm not into reading, but asked me to make an exception this time since she made it. I got upset because I think she's being childish and wants to blackmail me into doing something I don't want. After I made it clear I wasn't continuing, she hasn't talked to me. I already know that she's talented and smart, so just because I don't want to play it doesn't mean I don't support her. Some of my friends agree she's being immature, but others think I should be more supportive. So am I the asshole?
Man, I think this is hard. It's clear that there's more context that I feel like is important, that either he's not giving or maybe it doesn't exist. But like, I can very easily imagine I can imagine the type of person that would make a visual novel being like quite pretentious about their art and very like specific, and maybe this is a situation where like he doesn't want to get to the end because he knows he's not going to enjoy it because that's not his thing, and he's just trying to not have this difficult argument with her about, you know, how
Not liking the game when it's a kind of game he wouldn't have liked to begin with.
exactly, yeah. Because the type of personality that would do that I could imagine in my head, sure, I'm stereotyping, whatever, but I can see that type of person not like taking the criticism well of somebody that like very clearly just does not enjoy that type of an experience.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the case. I don't. That's context that is neither here nor there. But based off of like what he has said, I think he could have handled it a bit better. Definitely, he definitely could have like gone about it better. But is he the asshole for like not wanting to do this specific thing? Kinda. I mean, like, look, like, play enough that you can like actually develop an opinion on the content, even if it's not a content that you particularly like mesh with. Take yourself out of it for a second for the sake of her, because it's clearly important to her and she's passionate about it, and you at the very least, I think, owe her that. The way that you kind of handled it about like being like, well, I don't intend to finish it, that's kind of fucking rude. You could have you definitely could have gone about that in a far less passive aggressive manner.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
I think he felt like he was just being clear, but
yeah, but
you know, this is kind of where that conversation of like being blunt and being a dick or like
right. Well, also like right. There's you know, and all that being said, right? Like in a current context, it's important to take into account that like, you know, sometimes you got to be like careful about some of the things that you say, depending on like the type of person that it is you're talking with, you know.
Yeah. You figure out the kind of people that other people are, and you kind of adjust accordingly,
right,
knowing where their boundaries are.
Right. Just because you can say it doesn't mean you should say it.
Yeah.
That kind of mentality, right? Like, I think that's an important thing to consider in something like that, and I don't think he did that at all. And I think for that he's kind of the asshole, but like
he definitely needed to do a little bit more perspective taking, I think.
Yeah, his intentions were I think valid.
Yeah.
I think they might have just come across a bit kind of overtly rude about this like creative thing that she's clearly put a lot of time into, right? Like that kind of stuff can take like a really long time, you know? So
2 years.
Yeah, this is a big thing for her. So like, you know, like with music, right? Like like if I make music, Chloe, that like you would like never ever fucking listen to, but I'm just very excited about it and I want to like share it with you and show it to you, like I'm not gonna sit there and expect you to be like, that was so good, right? Like, yeah, like it's because I want to share it with you, you know. I don't need your pity points, and I don't need your, you know, I may not need your criticisms in that specific area because I know that it's not something that you're into, right? Like, yeah. So these are,
if I made a country album,
right? I'd
showed
listen.
it to you.
I would hella listen to it.
Yeah, but that's also like, I really am glad that I put this one on here because the verdict was asshole. Reddit thinks that this guy's the asshole.
Yeah.
But after I read it, I was like, this might be an interesting discussion because I think that it is kind of one of those things, you know, like I don't necessarily think he was trying to be an asshole, but the top comment was like, I just read the rubbish you wrote, and I'm not your significant other. But, you know, he did give it some effort. I think he could have stood to sit through it a little bit more, or at least kind of
It was
negotiate
under
a
the
different way to
minimum.
do it.
It was under the minimum amount of effort you would expect, like, a partner to put in for you.
Yeah.
I think. Like, from what it sounds like, he didn't play it enough at all to, like, give a good enough impression. Like, the review that he gave on it was probably the exact review that he gave to her, which is, like, so inconclusive and so fucking, like, nothing. Like,
And the thing
I just
about
wanted you to see this thing.
Yeah, the thing about visual novels too is that your first impressions are only that. You know, I mean, you can. He obviously sat down and was like, "Wow, this clearly took a lot of effort. Really cool. Like, you put a lot of time into the writing, and the art's great. But it's too reedy for me, so I'm not going to continue." But the thing is that you're not even going to really have at all an idea of what the game even is until you get to the end, you know?
Which is, like, the important bits, like...
That's what makes it a visual novel experience, is that whole package. It's not just sitting and reading the first few bits of dialogue, it's seeing how the world changes in response to what you do.
Exactly.
Or whatever, you know?
You got the exposition, and you're like, nah.
So, I mean, you need to understand that you're not going to have a full scope opinion on it by just playing the first few bits. She understands that. She made the game.
Right, yeah, but he doesn't understand that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can see where that frustration is coming from on her end. What really bothered me about this was when he said, I got upset because I think she's being childish and wants to blackmail me into doing something I don't want. But where is the blackmail?
Yeah, what blackmail, dude? What are you talking about?
Like, where did that come from?
What does she have on you, dude? Like, what kind of dirt do you have? What
that was kind of the point where I was like, I kind of think he's being the asshole because he's putting this negative spin on it a bit.
Yeah.
I think she's acting childish, but you're not sitting there and offering where you think she's valid necessarily. Because I don't know that you're really reading that deep into it.
Right.
And that's what this kind of comes off as in general, is that this was just kind of a shallow thing. Like, he was making shallow judgments about it.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
I just don't think he's willing to put in the work to actually try to do it.
This is his outlet for being petty about this situation.
Mm-hmm. So, it's an interesting one. Do you want me to read the next one?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Am I the asshole for using my hearing aids to make someone look stupid?
Already into this.
I wanted to end it on a fun one. I, female 18, have moderate hearing loss. I lost hearing over the years with many ear-related incidents. I wear hearing aids to hear people talk sometimes, but I mainly use them at school. When I started the school year, I tell the teacher that I wear hearing aids, and they normally put me next to their desk so I can hear them without the use of them. In one of my classes, I have a girl, Lily. Lily likes to yell at people to get them to come to her instead of getting up to talk to them. No matter who tells her to stop, she won't. The teacher stopped trying to get her to stop a long time ago.
I'm sorry. I lost this mission because I didn't do one of the things. Can you go back and read it again? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
From the top?
Yeah.
Okay. I, female 18, have moderate hearing loss. I lost hearing over the years with many ear-related incidents. I wear hearing aids to hear people talk sometimes, but I mainly use them at school. When I started the school year, I told the teacher that I wear hearing aids, and they normally put me next to their desk so I can hear them without using them. In one of my classes, I have a girl, Lily. Lily likes to yell at people to get them to come to her instead of getting up to talk to them. No matter who tells her to stop, she won't. The teacher stopped trying to get her to stop a long time ago. In this class, we have to take notes. Lily missed notes day, and the teacher told her to find someone with notes. No one near her wanted to give her the notes, so she chose me.
I was on the opposite side of the room and she began yelling at me. She has done this all year and it was annoying. I didn't look at her. I just kept working on other schoolwork. I wasn't going to give her special treatment because she was lazy. She had no mobility issues. She just doesn't want to walk to other people. She kept getting louder and more frustrated that I wasn't going to her. She yelled at me for 10 minutes before she stood up and walked over to me. She was very mad at me and kept saying that it was stupid that I didn't go to her and that she shouldn't have to stand up. She very loudly asked, "What, are you deaf?" The entire class was watching us. I have no idea where the teacher was. I slowly turned to her before taking out the case that has my hearing aids in it and made a show of putting them in. I then very loudly asked her, "What?" She got very red in the face and then turned around and walked back to her seat. No one in that class knew I wore hearing aids because my hair covers them. My sister said it was mean of me to do that to her because she didn't know and I wasn't wearing my hearing aids and I can hear her because she was very loud. So, am I the asshole?
I think that's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
That's really funny. No. I don't think you're the asshole at all.
Absolutely not. I mean, she clearly did not care enough to yield
Yeah.
the behavior, even though people were making it very clear to her. And they're in fucking high school. She's gonna figure that shit out eventually anyway.
That's
Might
really
as
funny.
well. Might as well realize that you need to fucking go over to people.
Right.
It's not appropriate to just yell
get
across
out.
the room all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah. And for you to be so angry that someone's ignoring you. Oh my god. I hope she never finds out, because that's just god level energy emitting from this post.
I read some of these and I often think did Frankie write this? Like, I would not be fucking shocked at all if I found out that one of the really big "Am I the Asshole" post was posted by Frankie, but the name of the user that put it says deleted or removed or something.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
What?
No, it was me
Oh.
trying to imitate Frankie, but it was very bad.
Oh.
I'm sorry, did you say something? Were you talking to me?
Wait. I've been summoned.
I have been summoned, and she has her fucking elbows up in a square. I'm sorry for outing you, Frankie. If you ever see this.
Oh, this is fucking hilarious.
Frankie stems are the best stems.
It's her, every time she fucking yawns, she has to stretch her entire fucking wingspan and make a loud ass Chewbacca noise. It's so fucking funny.
No, you!
Are you just working on your Frankieisms now?
Yeah. Chicken.
Got the ball. Chicken.
Chicken. I have adopted that into my...
I'm just trying to get that ranch.
That or the... Hello. That came from her. I want you to know that. I say that all the time, to the point that my manager fucking says that to me when he sees me. Hello.
That's so funny.
It's not a me thing, little does he know. Okay. True off my chest. I will keep this secret to my grave.
Oh boy.
Welp, this has got to be the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me, yet I'm the only one who knows it happened. I've never told a soul, but it's something I've been dying to share with someone and I'm too embarrassed to even say it out loud, so why not do it here, anonymously? Praying this doesn't go viral. I won't be giving any names because honestly I feel that if the people in the story ever came across this post, they would know exactly who I am.
Oh fuck. You okay, first off, on Reddit, you should never fucking say that. Never say that. Do not think that they will not
You're
be
Beetlejuicing
afraid
them.
of. Yeah, they're gonna put you on blast now. They're gonna fucking reach out to these people on Facebook and be like, hey, did you know this?
So I'll start with just a little context. At one point in my life, I rented a spare bedroom in my best friend's parents' home.
It was a 3-bedroom house. Her parents shared one, while she and her partner shared the second, and I, of course, had the third. This house only had one bathroom, which never really seemed to be a problem for me, as I was always either working out or out and about. Unfortunately, one night my luck ran out. It was about 4 a.m., and I woke up with my stomach on fire.
Oh.
I went to use the bathroom thinking it would be free, because who the hell is up using the bathroom at that time, right? Turns out it's occupied by her dad, and I was not about to knock no matter how much of an emergency it was. I turned back to my room, and I'm sitting on my bed, legs literally shaking. I thought he'd be out soon. I went from legs shaking, now pacing my room.
Oh.
Mind you, my stomach has now been burning for the past 15 minutes.
Ugh.
I went to check again. It's silent, but he's still in there. I go back to my room and continue pacing. At this point, I'm looking around to see what I can use or where I could go. I'm becoming desperate. I thought about finding a spot in the backyard, but there were dogs that I knew would be too noisy jumping all over me, and I didn't want to be caught mid-shit at 4 a.m. by her dad. I kept thinking and thinking, like, what the fuck do I do? It's now been well over 20 minutes, and he's still in the bathroom. I make a desperate decision to quietly walk out the front door and look to see if there's a spot I could hide to relieve myself from this hell. I look out into the street. It's dark and scary, and this wasn't the greatest neighborhood, so I decided to go behind a porch swing they had placed in the corner of their yard.
Oh.
I practically ran over there pulling my PJs down as I go, because I knew once I got there I wouldn't have a second to spare. When I tell you I've never felt such relief in my life, my God, once I finished, I cleaned myself up. Yes, I took some paper towels with me. And I decided I would water it down with the hose in a couple of hours as I'm leaving for work. The last thing I wanted was for her dad to come out of the bathroom and hear the water running and find me watering his grass at 4 a.m. like some kind of spun out weirdo. I went back to bed, and when it came time for me to leave for work, you guessed it, I forgot. I went to work without a care in the world, and then it hit me. I thought about it the entire freaking day, hoping and praying that no one had noticed. I kept thinking the moment I got home, I would immediately spray it down and it would be over. No one would ever know. I finally arrive home from work. It's already a little past 6. I walk over to where I left the crime scene. It was gone. Mortified, I walked straight to my room. Luckily, no one was in the living room, so I didn't even have to see anyone as I did my walk of shame. A few hours go by, and I get a text asking if I'd like to join a smoke sesh with my best friend and her partner. I go out to meet them on the front porch and sit on the bench next to my best friend. They're acting completely normal. We're all talking and passing this joint when all of a sudden she says, "OMG, guess what happened today?" My heart dropped. I instantly knew what she was going to say, but really, no, I didn't, because what came out of her mouth next I never would have imagined. She then tells me that she and her partner had gone out to smoke on the porch swing in the front yard earlier in the day. Yes, that porch swing. She tells me that as they're smoking, she's playing fetch with her dog. The dog was obsessed with squeaky toys. She got lost in conversation with her partner when she realized she hadn't seen her pup in a little while, so she starts calling her name. She looks behind the swing, and as she locked eyes on her, her dog was smelling something. And before she could yell at her to get away from it, her dog proceeds to roll in it.
Oh, no.
She flipped out and grabbed her as quickly as she could while her partner runs to grab the water hose to spray her down. Then her partner says, "Dude, something took a shit in our yard." And that shit did not smell like dog shit. It smelled like human shit. End quote. They both continued to explain to me how horrible and disgusting it smelled while I sat there with the best poker face I could make. I was dying inside. She then says once he started to spray the dog down, it got all over her arms, while also making the hand gestures of how covered her arms were in my shit. OMG. I'm dead on the inside at this point, trying so hard not to make any suspicious expressions. They both kept saying how they have no idea what animal could have made a shit like that, all while I sat there knowing the animal was me. It's been a few years since this has happened, and I don't think I could ever bring myself to tell her the truth. I will probably take it to my grave.
We were just talking. Were your like ears popping?
We Beetlejuiced her.
We did. We Beetlejuiced Frankie.
Excuse me.
Thank you for the resub, Frankie. 18 months. Jesus Christ. Have I even been streaming for 18 months? How does that fucking work?
Wow.
You just missed a really funny story about this dude that fucking shit on a porch.
No, there was a swing in the corner of the yard, a porch swing, but it wasn't on the porch.
Frankie said she's shitting, so she felt like check again.
That's
It's
so funny.
understandable.
We said Frankie, she went to take a shit,
Yeah.
and then she came back and we were talking about shit. We just like narrated her life.
God, why was that so delayed? That's so weird.
Frankie, can I ask you what the weirdest shit is that you've ever taken? Or like the most
She says I go on
embarrassing?
stage in 13 minutes.
Oh man. Well, thanks for popping in.
Break a leg.
That's why she was pooping.
Yeah.
Love you, Frankie.
Slay.
Oh, okay. It's been a few years since this has happened, and I don't think I could ever bring myself to tell her the truth. I will probably take this to my grave, but now it's off my chest. Thanks
That's
for reading
so
this
funny.
more. Edit. I decided that I'd add that I had only just moved in and that I wasn't comfortable with her parents yet. I don't know why the mere thought of knocking on the door gave me so much anxiety. I'm extremely introverted, and as desperate as I was, I could not bring myself to kick this man out of his own bathroom. Yes, all of this could have been avoided if I just knocked. To those saying this post is fake, I should become an author if I could make up all those details just to make a few people laugh. To all those sharing your embarrassing shit stories, thank you. I'm slightly less mortified.
Frankie said weirdest. She said right now it's not great because I ingested Taco Bell beef last night. I have found that it's really the beef in Taco Bell that like fucks up my stomach. If I just get like black bean replacements for things, it's not nearly as terrible.
Even the chicken isn't so bad in my experience.
Chicken's pretty good, but if I get the chicken, it's normally because I'm getting it on the quesadilla, and that sauce on the quesadilla also fucks me up.
Oh, but it's so good.
It's very tasty. God damn it. All right, we're getting Taco Bell for dinner.
I'm actually kind of down.
I am very hungry. Let me finish up this quest, and then we can call it.
Okay.
And then we'll get some food.
Heard. Do you want me to keep reading?
No, I just gotta turn this one in. Or wait, was there more to that specific?
Oh no, that one's done.
Okay, then yeah, we'll stop it there. We'll save the next one for next time.
Okay, so next time we'll just start with True Off My Chest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I just have to like go back and talk to this guy real quick. This is nice because doing these like story quests in a vacuum would be so fucking exhausting because like I'm literally just running around and talking to people. This person has a motorcycle. That's so sick. Sorry.
That was
I got
so out of
distracted.
nowhere. I was like half following you, and then you said motorcycle, and I was like, that didn't have anything to do with it.
It was a sharp right turn.
I found the anomaly.
Cool. Okay. I will call it there. Thank you everyone for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, honey, for being on.
Yeah, thanks
Appreciate
for
you.
having me.
And let's do more next time.